Okay.
Hello and welcome back.
My name is Ziyan.
And I'm Yuxin.
So today we're actually going to talk about electives in high school.
So firstly, what is an elective or electives?
An elective is a subject or a list of subjects that you pick from what your school offers you.
Yeah,
right?
so that could be food tech, wood tech, textiles, computer tech, all of those stuff.
So it's up to you, I feel like, in what your school offers. I feel like languages, these kind of stuff, probably mandatory for the first young couple years of your life. For example, year 7 to year 9, I believe.
Yeah.
No, it really is up to your school, but I feel like languages, right, it's kind of mandatory.
But based off our school, we want to really just talk about like how do we choose these subjects.
Yeah, so I feel like never go with peer pressure. If your friend is taking, like, let's say art, right? They take art and you want to do music, right? And they say, come on, do art with me. Otherwise, you're not going to have any friends.
Or they'll be like, oh, let's be besties together.
No. I feel like this is probably one of the biggest mistakes in high school. You definitely want to pick a subject that you're comfortable with,
because
you're going to actually take use in the future, and something you actually enjoy.
You might like suck at art. For example, like you don't even know how to draw.
Yeah,
like,
and then you don't want to do anything.
Yeah, you that will affect your grade firstly.
Yeah, and then it will probably affect you, the way that you're gonna act the whole day, right?
Yeah, because
like,
you
oh
might
my
be
god,
like, you're dreading for
I
it.
regret. But if you're gonna pick something you like, for example, let's just say it's music, right?
Yeah, you'll
oh my
be
god,
like,
you're gonna be so enjoy.
Yeah,
like,
you'll be
Yeah, you'll
fun
be like
and
over. Like,
the subject will also be easy for you.
yeah, it's gonna be easy. It's not gonna affect your grade as well. If you're doing something you like,
Yeah,
you're
it'll be
gonna
more
actually put
carefree.
attention. Then it's obviously going to help you, and then you're actually gonna do well in it, right?
Yeah.
But definitely don't do it under peer pressure. I feel like another factor is parents' choice.
Yeah, since I feel like me going to a selective school with my friend here, we know a lot of people who are like, oh, like their parents tell them you should pick music and let's say commerce.
Yeah, so I'm doing commerce right now, and I'm also doing food technology. I feel like
A lot
for
of
me,
parents might find
yeah,
food
probably
technology stuff
useless, and
Yeah.
then commerce really important. But for me, I feel like food tech is my personal preference, what I want to do, and commerce is more for me in the future. Like, I know it's going to be useful for me, and I'm going to enjoy it because it's something about business and economics and stuff like
for
that.
me, I chose music since I like music, and food tech since it's fun and we get to make food.
Yeah, so definitely I feel like when it comes to electives and you get to choose a couple, choose one that you're going to enjoy and you know it's going to be for fun.
Yeah.
And then another one, pick for fun, but also pick because you know it's probably going to be beneficial for you, and you know you're going to enjoy the beneficial thing, right? You're not going to pick commerce and say, oh god, I have to learn about business and I'm not even interested in it. There's a couple subjects that are actually also really important for your future. And
that's
if you're
totally up to you.
So for example,
preference.
if you want to take art in the future, then you're going to do art, right? Do whatever you know that you can enjoy. I feel like definitely the biggest factor here is enjoying it, right?
Yeah, because then you'll do better in this subject and ace it. And a lot of times I feel like, back to the parent things, but I feel like parents will say things like, oh, you don't need to draw in your future. You should take food tech since you need to learn how to cook, or commerce since you need to run a business when you're older.
So, that's another factor. I feel like last factor is HSC scaling. So whether you don't know or know, HSC obviously has subjects that scales you up or scales you down.
I feel like these shouldn't really affect your choices in a way.
Yeah, don't let them affect your choices. But again, definitely be very careful what you choose.
It
want to.
Depends on like who really. I feel like what you're looking for. Like if you want to do like get a high
HSC, ATAR, or you just like don't care. For me, I feel like, okay, I think I can pick one that scales down and the other scales up. It's up to the person whether they want to or not, right? So
personal preference.
Yeah, so for example, food tech, I heard like scales down, but let's just say mathematical extension like 2, they scale you obviously very high because it's a really hard subject, and then not everyone can ace it, right? But definitely don't feel pressured because
Because sometimes if you do choose like say you're not too good at maths, once again, if you choose maths,
Oh,
then
by the way, guys, maths is very mandatory. English is mandatory.
maybe we
in
should
2000,
talk about something else.
and then maths was definitely mandatory.
How about we talk about
2025.
music? Okay. I'm pretty sure music.
Yeah, definitely understand that maths is probably mandatory from 2025. So definitely brush up your math skills.
Let's talk about music elective then.
Okay, sure.
So if you choose, say, food tech doesn't scale that high, and the music scales higher, and you are bad at music but you want a good HSC score. If you end up doing music for HSC since it scales high, you're not really going to get a good score since
definitely if you want to go to the lower one,
because maybe you'll get a really good score from that.
Yes, but even though it scales you down, it's still part of your mark, so definitely try and aim for it. Other than that, these are all the factors of definitely like the people who might affect your choices and electives. Overall, definitely go with like what you think is going to be beneficial, and then
towards yourself.
Yeah, and then whether you want to continue this subject or not. Definitely in the younger years, you're gonna have to change. You're gonna have to think, oh, is this actually gonna work out for me? Because obviously, when it comes to your favorite subject, not all your favorite sort of topics or courses actually pop up. Like, for example, in music, you probably prefer the theory over the practical over the theory, right? Exams take both, usually, I think.
Yeah.
So definitely try and be careful. But overall, you get to learn, right? If you hate the practical and you love the theory, you're going to learn how to actually perform a practical, right?
And you will learn to love it in a way.
Yeah, and if you have no friends in the class, it's okay. You can make more. Okay?
And the point of the elective is so basically you and people who maybe you don't know who have the same interest in music or art or textiles.
It's just for you.
That brings you guys together.
No one cares like what anyone else thinks. It's completely up to you whether you want to do it or you don't want to do it.
If you have strict parents about this, maybe in like
it's
nice ways.
It's best to sit down and talk about it. Like,
talk about it to them.
Look, Mum, if this is not going to interest me, I don't think I can do well.
Yeah, and then you give her some reasons.
Yeah, and then tell them like this is not going to work out. I feel like if you're going to make me do this, I'm not going to enjoy it. My grades are probably going to go down. And
if they do say no, maybe you could give them reasonings.
Yeah. And then if they say no, look, just go to your teacher and say, just make some arrangements and definitely tell your mom about, parents
teachers can always like convince them in a way.
Yeah, and definitely don't be afraid. Just let them know, okay? Some parents are really chill after like a couple explanations. They go like, all right, if that's what your heart desires, then I'm just gonna let you. I feel like in the younger years, especially, your parents
you'll
are
be
not
scared
gonna fight
of your
you.
parents. I feel like maybe
and then,
what are they gonna say? Will I get grounded? Not really.
It's like not really. Like it's more of a are they gonna be disappointed of me in the future, right? Like, but definitely don't be disappointed of yourself. And your parents shouldn't be disappointed of you, because whatever you're doing is completely up to your grades and preferences. I feel like one of the factors is grades, right? Your parents are only going to disagree because of your future and your grades, but definitely let them know whatever you enjoy is obviously going to increase it, right?
Yeah,
so it's definitely one of the major reasons.
Great.
So it's definitely one of the major reasons why you probably have to pick your own electives. So, an elective, so definitely if you want to change electives in the middle of the year, which, something might not interest you or this is just not working out. Talk to your year advisor or talk to the deputy principal, right?
Talk to
let them know,
teachers.
I'm not enjoying this subject. Is there any possible way I can change electives or choices?
Don't really be scared.
Yeah, don't be stuck in that class forever. It's just not going to be helpful for you.
Or enjoyable.
Yeah, you're just going to sit there and be like, oh my God, when is this going to end?
If you do find your deputy principal, year advisor scary, which I think a lot of people do,
it's alright.
You could talk to your parents.
Them nicely. Yeah, talk to your parents and maybe your parents will contact the school.
Or they would
definitely
be with you there.
The most possible way you can actually get to change your electives is going to talk to them yourselves, right? They will know that you're going to stand your ground. You're going to know what you're going to say. And definitely let them know, okay?
Yeah, normally if you talk to your parents. Please don't be stuck
in that class. That's the last thing I want anyone to do. Be bored of a class.
Yeah, we have a lot of people this year in our grade.
Yeah, and then some of them might want
gets the same gets the
gets their
preference they want.
choices, right? And you get like stuck with a second
Like,
choice or a third.
We have a friend.
Definitely don't be afraid to let them know.
Yeah,
Maybe you even have a chance to get to change, right?
we had a friend who was like,
I love her.
Anyways, we have a friend who was
Like, I actually got my second choice. I really don't want to do this. Like, she got
or, like,
drama
fourth choice.
instead of commerce, and she was like, no, I can't do this. I don't know why I put it down.
since basically she
She has stage fright.
Yeah.
So if you know you can't get over it, please just let them know.
Yeah, and she talked to the principal, no,
Yeah,
deputy.
deputy.
She talked to the deputy principal about it, and now they actually might be changing.
But another friend, I think, got a drama instead of commerce as well. But instead of hating it, she also started to like it.
Yeah, so
she told me
sometimes
that
maybe
she, like,
try it out first.
try it out and then let them know, like, whether you
Yeah.
want to continue it or not. Sometimes you don't want to, sometimes you want to. I feel like for my friend, she was like, you know what? It's actually started becoming, like, fun. I get to mess around in class and do that. So, if that's what
Try
you
it
want,
out.
just try it out. And then if you don't like it, don't get it.
Yeah,
like,
just
don't do it.
to talk to the teacher about it and everything.
Yeah.
Well, that sums it up, right?
Yeah, that basically sums it up. So that's what electives in high school are. These kind of choices, I feel like in the younger years, don't worry too much about it. It's not going to affect you.
Yeah,
But definitely when you're older.
I feel like in the junior years, you will have time to experience everything and have a look at what each class is like.
So definitely talk to some seniors in your school as well to see what your school offers, what's good, what's bad.
That's basically it.
Yeah, that's basically it. Definitely, I feel like in the younger years, don't worry about it. But in the older years, especially nearing HSC, definitely choose the ones that you know are going to be important for you and the one that's going to like spark your interest.
Yeah, and
And you're
one
going to
that
actually
you can
be down to
ace.
study 12 hours for it every day.
Yeah.
Okay, HSC is like a very rigorous journey. I'm not going to get too much in it, but definitely your electives are going to impact your HSC. So please be really careful what you choose. It's okay if you pick a low scaling one. I feel like there's a lot of controversy behind it. Don't worry, it's not going to affect that much. If you get a really high one, it's not going to bring it down that much, right?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, if you pick an easy subject, it's obviously going to be like equal. Like it's gonna be bring down because it's gonna be brought down because it's not fair.
yeah. There's a lot more that we could add on to this, but
But I feel like this is probably the broad idea.
yeah.
Definitely speak to someone about this. This is not like I could handle this myself situation.
If you do need help, go talk to someone. Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, bye.
Goodbye.